So the first card I have for you in the heart of the matter position is the Emperor. So the Emperor is in the upright position, which is indicative of, this getting this green light energy and getting this, I guess you can call it kind of like the helping hand from the universe, okay? Projects that have been stalled in the past are, strangely getting a green light and getting a boost and getting a sense of like acceleration for this week. And it's interesting because the 18th, for this time frame for this week is when Mercury is going to be in retrograde. However, you're getting the green light, which is surprising, but it's quite interesting. So let's look at the rest of the cards and see what is in store, okay? For those of you who are dealing with this person, this energy, this is a boss. It could also be a supervisor at work, somebody in a position of authority, and they are giving you, a lot of help, a lot of support, and also a lot of encouragement to do your work well, okay? So you're going to be very looked at very favorably on the work front, okay? So that can also create like a boost in income as well. And for those of you who are looking at this as a spiritual guide, I do feel that there is a sense of like mentorship or, universal guidance coming in for you so that you know how to proceed and you know where you can devote your time and, your focus for this week. So it's a very good card. So what's crossing you here is the Hermit. Interesting. They're both major arcana cards. And the Hermit, it's also a neutral energy. So it's a crossing energy. And what it implies is, reflecting on the past, getting a bird's eye view of the past situation, how they unfold, your role in it, as well as other people's role in it. And I believe I mentioned for the May monthly reading that the second half of this month, for those of you who have taken more of like a proactive approach in terms of, planning out your life and things like that, I do feel this is residual energy and this requires like a lot of attention, okay? So you have to like really look back at your past and figure out how you can move things forward into the future so that you're not plagued by the past, you're not experiencing the same types of problems you've encountered in the past. So this is something that needs to be released, that needs to be dealt with before this green light energy can take hold and that you can manifest more abundance in your life and you can go ahead with projects, okay? So in the past position, I do have the Strength card in the reverse position. So with this card in the reverse position, it deals with, lack of success, lack of self-esteem, as well as poor health, okay? So based on those three aspects of it, I feel that a lot of you might be dealing with all three. But in general, it seems as if, because this is a recent past, you're coming from a very dark place and you're moving forward into a very bright future, okay? As for what's coming in is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups talks about, in the upright position, it deals with regret. It also deals with a situation that you have no choice or you don't really have a way to fix, so then you're moving forward, okay? In the reverse position, it does indicate to me that a lot of you are like very happy about the process of moving on. You're not going to be bogged down by the guilt, by the sadness, or even, by the sense that you couldn't do anything differently to fix it, okay? So a lot of you have been coming from this kind of like this very abysmal type of past energy, and you're moving forward with your life. And I feel that the Emperor here is also a spiritual guide, and it's somebody that is offering you guidance that's kind of like that voice in your ear and trying to lead you, in the right direction, okay? So you're on the right track, so keep that in mind. What is crowning you here is the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups, in the mundane sense, can be a wish card. It is in the reverse position. So I feel that a lot of you might be hoping for the wrong things, or you might, the Nine of Cups deals in a more mundane sense. So the Nine of Cups and the Star cards are both wish cards. The Star card deals with more like the big picture, the broader themes, the more, potent energies in life, whereas the Nine of Cups deals with just, mundane things such as, getting a short-term job, for example, or landing that that internship, for example, whereas the Star card is like getting the ideal position in your dream career, for example. So just so you know how the energies will play out. So I do feel that in the past too, a lot of you might have been thinking about like short-term gains at the expense of your long-term emotional fulfillment, okay? It's corroborated with this Hermit card, in which you have to have a bird's eye view of the entire life course. Things that you have experienced in the past, just know that they contributed to where you are in your present situation. And sometimes not getting what you want will be able to, well, it will force you to really re-examine the things that are important to you and the things that are required to make you happy. So it is, this energy here would indicate to me that you have to look at a bigger picture, okay? And you have to like plan things long term, all right, for your greater good. All right, so in terms of what is in the picture that you're not aware of, we have the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands deals with very swift communication. In this deck, he's on a rocket, so this is like propulsion. It's propelling projects forward. It's moving at the speed of light, and it's a very good card for ultimately, you know, this green light energy. It's taking hold in your life at this point, and it is forcing you to do things a different way. It's also forcing you to make very quick decisions, okay? So don't waver. Don't wait it out for too long. I do feel that a lot of you will have to make very, very quick decisions, and you have to be flexible enough to seize the opportunities when they come in, and don't hesitate for too long, okay? So this is required of you here. As for the advice from the universe, you have a really lovely card. It's the Lovers in the upright position. So a lot of you might be in new relationships too. This is the advice here. So I would say that if you need the emotional, spiritual, or even, you know, support on any aspect of your life, like even on the work front, the relationship front, the projects front, or, you know, the income generating front, it is ideal for you to partner up with somebody. And I do sense that the people in your midst right now, based on this Eight of Wands, based on this Emperor, the people that you are encountering are like a very, very supportive bunch, okay? So it is important to incorporate other people into your life, because you're at a good place right now where you are more discerning, you are more discriminate about who you keep in your midst. So this is a very beautiful energy. I'm very happy for you, Pisces. So the external environment is the Ace of Coins. So I feel that a lot of you too might still be struggling with financial issues. The Ace of Coins indicates, you know, like a gift from the universe in terms of financial abundance. So this area might be lacking, but, you know, just know that it is on the very mundane material front, okay? So ultimately, you have very good energies here. So financially, things might be slow on the uptake, but if you are thinking of starting new projects, especially like new businesses or work projects, I do feel that partnering up will provide you with like an expansion in your client base, even an expansion in projects and possibilities on the career front, okay? So don't worry too much about this situation. As for your hopes and aspirations, we have the Ace of Cups, okay? So there is like a dichotomy here between, you know, financial abundance versus emotional abundance, and I feel that for this month, financial abundance is going to have to take the back seat to this Ace of Cups situation. This is a very good card that indicates, you know, meeting of the mind. And, you know, based on the Lovers and the Ace of Cups here, I do sense that a lot of you are very, very intoxicated by potentially a new lover, or you might even have like a lease in your romantic life, like a new lease on life, a windfall, where you feel just it's the beginning of a new love relationship. It's the beginning of like sensing all the possibilities, all the happiness that you can manifest for yourself, and that other people are helping you manifest for yourself, okay? So this is a very beautiful energy. This is yeah, I mean, you know, based on the May reading for you guys, I just feel that this is something that you really need to break you out of that funk, okay, and to plan your life with another person, okay? So having a partnership in every capacity will allow you the impetus to basically plan out your life a little more, okay? And especially, I do feel this is kind of like the yin and yang energy, in which you're dealing with somebody who's very different from you. So if that's the situation that you are dealing with, the other person will balance you out, and possibly the other person might be of an earth element, and they can provide a lot more structure in your life, okay? So as for the outcome, we have the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is one of contemplation, is one of, I mentioned this for the Aquarius video, it's one of like spiritual ascension, okay? So looking at this card here, it's a card of prayer, which also showed up in the May reading for you. In this deck, I am reading it with an alternative interpretation. So if you look at this card here, the imagery represents, you know, a woman. She's kind of like defying gravity because her hair is like floating. So there's a sense of like ascension, elation, feeling very, very happy, feeling very uplifted, okay? So this is a beautiful card to get. And, you know, coming in, we have the Lovers, the Ace of Cups. And I do feel that an external energy outside of yourself is giving you this sense of renewal, this sense of happiness in life, okay? If you look at the swords in the background, a lot of you have come from a very, very dark place. Again, corroborated by this Strength card. This is lack of success. This is, you know, it's even like self-doubt to the point where you are like on the verge of depression, okay? So moving forward, you came from that place, you've gotten past it, and now you're in a very good place. But the only problem with this card is that at this point in your life, you're kind of in a very delicate situation, and you are trying to preserve whatever pieces of your heart is left, okay? So you are going to be a little more cautious about how you want to proceed with potentially a love partnership, or even like on the projects front. You're not going to overinvest, and you want to only assume projects that have a lot of potential, okay? So it's kind of like both of these cards, the Hermit and the Four of Swords, indicate, you know, the same type of energy. It's introspection. It's looking within for answers. And I do feel that for you guys, it's important to maintain your own autonomy, your own sense of independence in relationships, okay? So don't merge with the other partner. You know, it's important to like have boundaries, but at the same time, like you can be in a loving relationship, in a very committed relationship, but don't merge yourself together too soon, and especially in this Mercury in retrograde period. So just take things slow, okay?